Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to TCS iON IntelliGem 2024. Before we move any further, may I please request Ms. Shalini Gopalakrishnan, Head TCS iON IntelliGem and School Education Engagements to set the ball rolling.
A happy new year to everyone gathered here today, and a warm welcome to the national grand finale of the 6th edition of TCS iON IntelliGem. Hearty congratulations to all our finalists. In the last few years, educational institutions, policies, and forums have stressed upon the need to inculcate the much needed 21st century skills in young learners at an early age. With the advance in AI, this need has increased manifold, with surprising speed and agility. At TCS iON, with this foresight, IntelliGem was conceptualized as early as 2018. The purpose then was to reach out to schools, educators, students, and parents alike to increase the awareness of these crucial 21st century skills. We aim to make the students realize their true potential and be prepared for the unknown, uncertain, yet ever evolving future. This program, devised in a contest mode, runs almost through the entire academic session, starting from the Independence Day and concluding on the Republic Day. Right from the selection of the 5 skills or topics, to the structure of the various stages of the contest, to creation of the evaluation criteria, the entire student journey, learning, and experience has been diligently designed by a team of experts. Once the student registers and enrolls into the program, they are exposed to enriching learning content, and the student definitely takes something back home with them. Now, to all our finalists, congratulations and wish you the very best. You have proven to be an IntelliGem, and that is what we celebrate. Every one of you is a gem. Now, without further ado, over to the host. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's my privilege to introduce our host for the day. Rashmi is currently Asia's only professional lady quiz host. An alumnus of the prestigious NITK Surathkal and IIM Calcutta, she has hosted close to 1,000 shows across India, Singapore, and several countries across the Middle East. She is the only woman to have been invited to host a quiz at Kuwait for the last 5 years. She was recognized by Business World as 40 under 40 as a personality from India to reckon with. She was the winner of the Quiz Host of the Year 2022 by SMX Leadership Summit. She's been part of this quiz for many years, as she has been part of several quizzes such as Tata Crucible, the Union Bank Quiz, the Rural IT Quiz, TCS Inquisitive, just to name a few. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to get started. Time to welcome your host, Miss Rashmi Furtado.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 6th edition of TCS iON IntelliGem, and this is the grand finale for financial literacy in the junior category. Like I said, this is the 6th edition. It's been going on for 6 long years, and year on year, we have had to increase the level of the challenge with the questions that we have been creating. First, let's get to know our finalists and then move into the grand finale. Our first finalist for the day is Ivana Agarwal from Lotus Valley International School, Gurgaon. Following Ivana is Shreyansh Makam from Kennedy High, the Global School, Hyderabad. Up next is Atharva Chokhani from Sanskriti the Gurukul in Guwahati. And completing this lineup for us here today is Shaurya Upadhyay from Sant Kabir Indian International School, Vadodara. You might wonder how these little kids would be answering questions on financial literacy, but believe me, they will be able to answer way more questions than some of us adults would probably know. I have quizzed with kids this age group, and they have always stumped me with the kind of answers that they give. Financial literacy is, of course, one of the future skills that was recognized and identified by TCS iON as important skills for the students of today, for their future. And these kids have gone through multiple rounds, including PIs, where they had to answer certain questions on certain case studies as well. And then they have qualified to this grand finale here today. So wishing them all the best for the grand finale. Let's keep in mind that there's only one winner in this finale, so there are no runners-up. In fact, TCS iON does not necessarily believe in winning and losing, but because it's a contest, we have one winner, and everyone else is almost like a joint runners-up. So everyone goes back with a lot of goodies. The winner gets a little more of the goodies. That's how it works at IntelliGem here. So let's get started with this quiz. Let's move on to the first round of this quiz here today. Bulls, Bears, and you. Here we go. Our finalists are aware of the rules already, but a quick refresher for you, ladies and gentlemen. Plus 50, minus 50, the scoring pattern, single attempt per question only, and all the questions will be on the buzzers. I have 20 questions for them, that is 4 rounds and 5 questions in each of the rounds. In the first round, they'll have questions coming up on their screen. These are text-based questions, and if they want to answer, they will have to press that buzzer. Contestants, the buzzers are open, they are highly sensitive. Please be very careful. The moment your name appears on the buzzer, you have to give me an answer. You cannot tell me you pressed the buzzer by mistake. So basically, there's a consequence to face if you press the buzzer. It's either a plus 50 or a minus 50, okay? So good luck to all of you. Do well. Let's get started. Let's open the buzzers. Question number 1, coming up on your screen now. What in financial terms is a balance sheet? Oh, Ivana, go ahead.
Yes, so ma'am, a balance sheet is basically a sheet that a company has to release. It tells all the assets and the liabilities that the company currently has.
What class are you in, Ivana?
Ma'am, I'm in 5th.
This girl is in class 5 and she talks about a statement that a company has to release at the end of a financial year that talks about its assets and liabilities. I did not know this until I moved into my graduation. Plus 50 on that to you. She's absolutely right. If she had told me statement of assets and liabilities that itself was good enough, but she explained on when that statement has to be created as well. Plus 50 to you. Absolutely right. Let's move on to question number 2 coming up on your screen. Here we go. Name the system of transactions between two people that's based on exchange of goods without currency. Atharva, go ahead.
Barter system.
Barter system is absolutely right. Plus 50 to you. Quick thinking on Atharva there. Plus 50 to him on that one. Let's move on. Question number 3 coming up on your screen now. Identify the word that describes money that one makes when one sells something at a price higher than what it originally costs. Atharva, again, go ahead.
Profit.
Profit, he says. I actually had a clue for you, but he did not need it. Plus 50. Absolutely right. Profit is what I was looking for. Atharva getting another 50 on that. Moving on to question number 4, coming up on your screen. I expect a quick buzz on this one. Here we go. Which bank in India is called the Banker's Bank? Atharva again, go ahead.
Reserve Bank of India.
There's a question mark at the end of your answer, Atharva, but you're not wrong at all. Plus 50 to you. The Reserve Bank of India is what I was looking for. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not that the rest of them did not know RBI. Atharva may be a little faster on the buzzer because Bankers Bank, even if they don't know that's what Reserve Bank of India is called, just by logic, one can work out that RBI is the answer. Let's move on. The last one in this round, coming up on your screen, is question number 5. Here we go. Accountants use different methods of inventory management. One of them is FIFO. Ivana, go ahead.
First in, first out.
First in, first out, says Ivana, and she gets a plus 50 on that. Absolutely right. Ladies and gentlemen, we've completed the first round of this grand finale, but before we move on to the next one, let's take a quick look at the leaderboard and see where all of our finalists stand. All right, the leaderboard on your screen. Atharva is leading with 150 points and Ivana close behind with 100 points. That technically means that all the questions I've asked so far have been answered and answered correctly. Somehow I have a feeling I may have set the level a little too easy this year. Shaurya and Shreyansh are both on nil. Believe me, a good place to be at a quiz because they only have to move into the positives. They're not on negatives at all. It's easier for them to move into the positives than work harder to negate any negatives that they have. So let's move on to the second round of this quiz, ladies and gentlemen. Coming up is dashboards. Here we go. In this round, you will have images coming up on your screen, and along with the images, you will have corresponding questions from me. If you press the buzzer even before I have asked the question or while I'm asking the question, I will stop asking the question. It's a risk that you take. The answer which you may think is the correct one may not be the question that I am asking. So you have to understand what kind of risks you want to take. At a financial quiz, ladies and gentlemen, it's important for our finalists to understand where to take the risks and where not to do so. So let's move on to this round. 5 questions in this round as well. Scoring pattern is the same, no changes in the rules at all. So let's get started with the first question of this round coming up on your screen. Here we go. Which country features these animals on its currency notes? Ivana, go ahead.
South Africa.
Plus 50 to you. Absolutely right. We see animals with their young ones in all of these currency notes. A beautiful way to promote the animal kingdom in their country. South Africa giving Ivana the plus 50. Let's move on. Question number 2 coming up on your screen. Here we go. Which denomination in the Indian rupee? Go ahead, Shaurya.
The thing in this image is Mongolian.
All right, taking a minus 50 on that. You have to listen to the question, Shaurya. I also said which denomination. I said the first 2 words. You should have understood the question from that. The entire question, ladies and gentlemen, which denomination in the Indian rupee celebrates the Mongolian? All I was looking for is rupees 2000. That's all I was looking for. And I thought with the color combination there, 2000 would have been easier to guess and would not have been a problem. All right, let's move on. You can make up for the negative that you took. Let's move on to question number 3. Coming up on your screen. Which important entity is this? Global entity. Ivana, go ahead.
From World Bank.
World Bank is absolutely right. Ivana getting a plus 50 on that. Good answer there. At class 5, she knows the logo of the World Bank. I mean, I'm really impressed with both, or rather all of them, in fact. So let's move on. Question number 4 coming up on your screen. Here we go. These are called the POS terminals. When we go shopping, many of you would have seen these kind of POS terminals. What is POS? Ivana, go ahead.
Point of sale.
It's not something many adults would also know or even bother finding out. She's absolutely right. Point of sale is what I was looking for. Plus 50 on that to her. Let's move on to the last one. Coming up on your screen is the image. Here we go. Which one of these has not held the position of the Finance Minister of India? Atharva, go ahead.
Indira Gandhi.
Getting a minus 50 on that is Atharva. It is a trick question, Atharva. Good attempt. It's a trick question. The answer is Pratibha Patil. Pratibha Patil is what I was looking for. It takes a minus 50 on that. Ladies and gentlemen, with this, we are halfway through into the grand finale. Let's take a quick look at the leaderboard and then move on to the next round. Leaderboard on your screen. All right, Atharva took that negative in the previous question, which is why he's on 100. Ivana is on 250. Shaurya on minus 50 and Shreyansh yet to score. Atharva is a good quizzer. He's quite confident of the answers that he gives. I can figure that out with his body language. I think Indira Gandhi was a calculated risk that he took, but somehow didn't work in his favor. Ivana is playing well so far. Shaurya has to work harder and Shreyansh needs to take his chances at some point. For now, let's move on to the third round of this quiz. Coming up is Intelligent Investor. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, you have been watching the grand finale of TCS iON IntelliGem Financial Literacy for the junior category. We have been going through this quiz with the students of classes 5 and 6. They are well prepared. They have been playing very well. So now let's move on to the next round. You'll have 5 questions in this round. You will have blocks that will appear on your screen. These blocks will indicate the number of letters in the answer. Okay? So when you give me the answer, please take a look at the number of blocks. Do not get carried away by the question alone. Okay? It happens to many quizzers. I've seen that happening across age groups. They get carried away by the question and they don't bother about the number of blocks that are there. So keep that in mind before you give me the answer. The remaining rules are all the same. There are no changes at all. Good luck to all of you. Let's get started with this round. Coming up on your screen is question number 1. Here we go. This great scientist was the master of the mint in Britain and set the historical price for gold in that country. All of us know this scientist. If all of you agree, I will give you a clue. Yes? Do you agree? Yeah? Okay. Think gravity. Atharva, go ahead.
Isaac Newton.
Isaac Newton is absolutely right. He's quick to catch on to that clue. Plus 50 to you. Isaac Newton. He's very good in working out the clues. I have been observing that with the way he's been answering. He takes his chances well. Plus 50 on that to Atharva. Let's move on. Question number 2. I expect a quick buzz on this one. Coming up on your screen now. What are OTPs? Ivana, go ahead.
One-time password.
I didn't bother reading out the question because I knew there would be a quick buzz. What is OTP is all I required. One-time password, giving Ivana the plus 50. I'm sure the rest of them knew the answer. Ivana was a little faster on the buzzer with this question. She gets her plus 50. Let's move on to question number 3, coming up on your screen. Here we go. A 3-letter term is used to describe knowledge of a customer that a financial institution must have. Ivana, go ahead.
Know your customer.
Know your customer is absolutely right. There was a huge clue in the question itself and she was quick to catch it. I'm sure Atharva was wanting to press that buzzer, but Ivana beat him by just a split of a second there. I can see that with the body language. Plus 50 to Ivana. And Atharva, you have to be slightly faster on the buzzer to answer those questions. Let's move on to question number 4. Coming up on your screen, here we go. A four-letter word for a certificate of indebtedness issued by a government or corporation. Go ahead, Ivana.
Bond.
Bond is absolutely right. Ivana getting another plus 50 on that. The last one in this round, ladies and gentlemen, question number 5, coming up on your screen now. A word used to describe a person below 18 years of age who would require a parent or a guardian to sign on their behalf for legal transactions. Go ahead, Ivana.
Yes, ma'am. I said minor.
Minor is absolutely right. If no one had pressed the buzzer, I had thought I would say it's someone like you, and I thought that would be easier for them to answer. Minor is absolutely right. She gets a plus 50 on that one. And with this, we have concluded the third round of this quiz, ladies and gentlemen. Let's take a quick look at the leaderboard. I'm sure you want to know the scores. All right. Ivana is leading with 450 points. Atharva is trying to catch up. He's on 150 points. Shaurya has not yet bounced back from the minus 50 that he took early on in this finale. And Shreyansh has to work harder and move into the positives. Let's move on. The final round of this grand finale coming up on your screen is Quick Buck. Here we go. All right. 5 questions in this round. Nothing appears on your screen. This round is basically going to be true or false. I will give you the statements and you will press the buzzer and tell me if my statement is true or false. The scoring pattern is the same and no other changes with the rules. All right? So if all of you are good to go, let's get started with the first question in this round. Here we go. China was the first country to introduce paper money. You only have to tell me true or false. Shaurya, go ahead.
False.
False, he says. Unfortunately, that is a wrong answer. Minus 50 on that. That is in fact true. China is the first one to introduce paper money. Let's move on to question number 2. Coming up, here we go. Humayun was the first to introduce currency in India and called it rupiah. Shaurya again, go ahead.
Is it true?
Minus 50 on that. Again, that is false. The correct answer is Sher Shah Suri and not Humayun. All right, let's move on to the next question. Question number 3. Here we go. The full form of ATM is automated teller machine. Shaurya again, go ahead.
True.
Absolutely right. Getting a plus 50 on that is Shaurya. That is in fact true. Let's move on. The penultimate question of this grand finale. Here we go. Any bank in India can print and issue currency notes. Ivana, go ahead.
False.
She's absolutely right. Plus 50 on that. The last one in this grand finale, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Open-ended and closed-ended are different types of mutual funds. Shaurya, go ahead.
True.
True is absolutely right. He gets a plus 50 on that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, with this, we reach the end of this grand finale for financial literacy in the junior category. Let's take a quick look at the leaderboard. All right, coming up on your screen with a whopping 500 points, Ivana has won this grand finale. Well, she's extremely happy there. Look at the smile on her face. All right. Atharva tried his best. I don't think he did not know many answers. I think Ivana was faster on the buzzer and that is why he could not answer. He's nodding there. I could figure that out going through the quiz as well. Same with Shreyansh. I thought even Shreyansh knew quite a few answers, but Ivana was a little faster. All of you need to practice a little bit with the buzzers. Maybe a quiz with your friends and get a little bit more of practice. I'm sure you'll do better in the next finale. So ladies and gentlemen, with 500 points, Ivana Agarwal from Lotus Valley International School, Gurgaon, wins this grand finale of TCS iON IntelliGem Financial Literacy for the junior category. Congratulations to you, Ivana. And the rest of you, Atharva, Shaurya and Shreyansh, congratulations to the three of you as well, because between the thousands of students who took part in financial literacy, you have made it to the grand finale. You are among the top 4. That is something to be proud about. So keep that in mind and be better prepared for the next year, for the next grand finale. For now, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us for this grand finale of TCS iON IntelliGem Financial Literacy for the junior category. And don't go anywhere. The next finale is coming up and I hope to see all of you there. You take care.